Does anybody remember where we started last time we played?
We started in mine and Philium's new office.
Yes, in downtown The Shard.
Yeah.
Not The Shard, The Shard. All right. And?
Some people might call it the Shard.
Yeah. James has this magic deck that makes shards, and we call them shards a lot.
Yeah, I would too. It's a really tiny office. We have a secretary now. We live there. There's like a...
You remember your secretary's name?
Honeyworth.
I do not.
Honeyworth.
I told you, I'm horrible with fucking names, okay?
Yeah, I know. That's why you're supposed to take notes. What if Mrs. Honeyworth becomes important to the plot line?
She might. I barely remember my own character's name half the time,
She's actually Shotgun Granny. You remember some characters' names. What are the two vigilantes' names?
Shrike and...
On the tip of your tongue.
It's Shrike and the chick. I don't remember the chick. I am drawing such a blank right now. It's right there, but I can't grab it.
Chris?
No, I don't remember.
It's Nightshade.
Nightshade. I wanted to say Nightwing, but I knew that was fucking wrong. That's DC and would be copyright.
Nightwing is Robin grown up. It's okay.
Yeah.
Shrike and Nightshade are kind of like Batman and Robin characters.
Yeah.
Batman
I think
is
that's
one of
why
my
I wanted
favorites.
to do Nightwing.
Yeah. Yes. And you, after Mrs. Honeyworth checked on all of you and went to get you breakfast, you were visited upon by a docent at the Museum of Mythos who had asked you to go there because there had been a theft.
Yes.
He had told you to look for a Professor Elizabeth Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
She's the curator, right?
Yes. You guys had also been discussing adding a third person who could act as kind of, at the very least, muscle or help because things got so crazy with your last case.
Mm-hmm.
And you ended up passing a gun show.
Well, there was a guy drinking at a bar who just decided to put on a gun show.
No, it was like advertised at the front of the bar that he was doing it.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I must have missed that part.
Silas must know like the owner in some capacity. You would figure because like it wasn't like a big production, but he had some stuff set up on the stage.
Gotcha. Okay. For some reason, I had thought he was just like randomly putting on a show kind of deal.
There's like some truth to that, but it wasn't like a what are those things called when everyone starts dancing in a courtyard in public? It wasn't like
Flash mob?
it wasn't like a flash mob situation. Like the owner knew it was happening, but it wasn't necessarily something that the owner had been planning for months or anything like that. I don't know. You guys gotta ask Silas. You didn't ask Silas about it. You just hired him because he was a good shot.
When you start just shooting guns in a bar,
Hey, you got a guy who's more in touch with nature and animals than people, and a guy who's more in touch with drugs and clues than people.
They call that a flash guns.
Uh-huh.
Either way, you met Silas. You decided that his aim was in fact pretty good, and you promised him some form of steady income to join the team, at least for this case.
Mm-hmm. Because I believe we told him this case would be a trial run.
Yeah.
You paid me.
I did pay you.
You did notice that his accent was strange, like he wasn't a local. So.
Yes. He had the same accent as Jensen.
He does.
What the other continent was called. I want to say it was started with an A.
You did. Algamore.
I'm glad you said that, Matt, because I was just searching my brain for the name of it.
I came up with the name Algamore for our fantasy world when I was 13, so that's burned into my memory.
Fair.
You guys proceeded to the Museum of Mythos. Does anybody remember the clues that were gathered there, the crime scene?
So we found out that there was an inside man. I do not remember his name.
You did end up finding out that there was an inside man. I don't know. Yeah.
What was it?
Frank.
break. Okay.
Yeah. Jenny Winters is a person too.
Ginny Winters is a name you guys picked up. We'll get to that. So the crime scene was a gallery in the museum where quite a few things had been broken, but only one thing had actually been really stolen as far as people noticed. It was a golden idol. And while you guys were getting to know Elizabeth and studying the crime scene, you also noticed some other things, like somebody had possibly tampered with the skylight to get people in.
Mm-hmm. There was also a lot of, like, scratches and stuff at the back door, like somebody had been trying to pick the lock or was just really drunk constantly trying to put the key in there.
Yes. There was something else you guys found at the crime scene. Does anybody remember?
Rich Richard's barbershop punch card.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was
Didn't we
other-
also find, like, a handkerchief or some kind of cloth
handkerchief,
or
yeah.
something?
A handkerchief, because Luna led us to Frank with it.
Yeah.
I believe you guys also found a I think you guys found a business card for a hotel. Two.
The cog and wheel, something like that.
Well, the handkerchief had Looking Glass Hotel embroidered
Yes,
on
that's what it was.
That's what
That's
it
what
was.
The business card was the barbershop punch card.
And while you were finding these things, in walked one of the hands that helps move things at the museum, basically. And that was Frank, who proceeded to run away.
Fucking Frank.
Right? Didn't we
And
chase
Luna,
Frank down?
Yep, you did chase Frank down. You chased Frank down in a carriage chase, what ended up becoming a carriage chase. Luna
Mhm.
almost got killed at one point.
Yeah,
which-
Luna got hurt, which pissed me
Yeah.
off.
Which pissed you off, yeah. And eventually you guys chased his carriage into an alley. And
I shot him.
You did. I think you shot him out of the seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because first you were trying to shoot the wheels, but you needed like
That
a
was not
you needed
working.
like
Yeah.
you needed like a musket for that. And you didn't have one, so you ended up shooting him out of the carriage seat. And you guys proceeded to interrogate Frank. And what did you learn from him?
He had a debt to Mickey.
Yeah.
Well, he had a debt to Mickey, and he was contacted by Jenny Winters, who is one of the higher-ups in the Red Hats or something. And
He
they
told-
offered to cancel, basically pay off his debt in doing this job, getting them into the museum.
Yep. And he took the money.
Yep.
I think you guys tied him up and left him, or did you drag him back to the museum?
We took him in the
turned him over.
carriages back
Yeah.
and turned him over to constables.
Yeah.
And after
to
that,
Frederick and Friedrich.
oh yes, Frederick and Friedrich, the constables. They seemed,
Smart.
yeah. We'll go with smart in quotes. Did you guys do anything else before we end it?
Well, we officially took the job of trying to solve this case.
Went to the
Yeah.
barber shop. Got a haircut.
I think we were headed to the barbershop. We didn't.
No, we didn't.
No,
make
you
it
went,
there,
you
right?
went to Ray Richards.
I've got a new trimmed.
Rich
beard and
Richards
some-
Barbershop, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do remember with that voice now, yeah.
we asked him about Frank.
He told us that Frank was a regular, came in like once a month, was very particular about his hair.
His hair. He also told you guys that he had overheard Frank having like a strange conversation one of the times he was there.
Yeah, with a tall, gangly man in a nice black suit.
Mm.
Talking
Which reminded
about something about a nightingale.
Yes.
Which reminded me and Philium of the guy we met right before the riots of our previous case.
That was something you called out. And I think after Rich Richards, I think you guys were deciding if you wanted to go to the hotel. Or did you end up... I think you may have ended up going to... Yeah, you went to Mickey's to try to see Mickey. And you got turned away from seeing Mickey, and one of his...
Mickey was busy.
Yeah, one of his casino money holders basically came out and talked to you guys.
And that's where we learned Frank's last name is Moore. Because we never got his last name until then.
Unimportant. We already arrested him.
Did you learn anything else?
We had learned that... Wasn't it somebody else who paid off the debt for Frank?
Yeah, the debt never got paid.
It hasn't been paid at least yet.
So you know that either Frank got screwed or they just hadn't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah.
Right. Did we ask him to let us know if somebody came in to pay off Frank's debt?
I wrote that in my notes that we asked them to. Doesn't mean we will. But
yeah, I think that you guys asked them to try to contact you if anything else came up, and I think he said he would because Mickey had said to help you guys out if he could.
Yeah, we're friendly with Mickey now. We stole him a painting.
Oh yeah, totally. Mickey loves you guys. Mickey's totally capable of love.
Yeah, he's a very loving.
He's capable of love the same way Joe Pesci is in Goodfellas.
Never saw Goodfellas.
Oh, great movie! You should watch.
Very convincing.
And then I think we ended before you. I think were you guys going to go to the hotel next, or were you going to take a rest and then start again in the morning?
What time of day was it?
It was pretty late at night at this point.
Well, we were going to go to what was it, the Cog and Wheel?
Oh, okay.
Because that's when we heard Jenny would be there at night, so we were.
You did hear
killing other things before.
Yeah. So you want to go to the Cog and Wheel next? Okay. There's an extra layer of grime in the cobblestone in the section of the shard that the Cog and Wheel resides at. There's this area, everyone knows, you don't let your kids walk down these alleys. You don't let really any of your friends walk down these alleys because it's violent. There's gang violence between the Red Hats, who have pretty much control of this section of the city, and others. And the other thing is economically, the shard is where everyone lives who's a day or night worker at the factories, and there's plenty of people to take their place. So that it's not often that the constables become involved in things, especially in areas that are as dangerous for them as gang-controlled sections. There's a buzz and a hustle coming out of the Cog and Wheel. You can tell that this area of town, it doesn't sleep. It just keeps going and going and going.
It's the red light district.
And how would all of you like to proceed? Want to discuss your approach amongst yourselves, or you just want to go in there and...
Well, I'll take a bump really fast.
You got it. Somebody got caught doing that on the Jumbotron of one of the playoff basketball games.
I saw that.
Hilarious.
I did not. That's
hilarious.
Awesome.
Remind me your characters' names again. I'm sorry.
I never introduced myself to you.
But you heard somebody else call him Elspillium.
I think I just gave you my first name, just Bernard.
And the wolf's name is Luna.
Yes.
Are you sure you should be taking that now, sir?
Oh, trust me.
I'm talking to you, man. We're doing cocaine in an alleyway in front of a bar before we go into it.
Well,
oh, trust me. He's much more effective. He's much more effective
like
on the drug than off.
Well, look sharp. Let's go.
Just gonna walk up to the bouncers.
I'm just gonna try and walk in.
Sure. The wider and thicker of the two sticks out his hand. There we go.
Philium Howell.
What do you want?
Love how he gave his name to the bouncer, not her.
I know, right?
Voluntarily giving it to everyone but Nancy.
I'm totally calling you Phil, man, just to tick you off.
Is this not a bar? We would like to get in. Have a drink.
So that's just for business then, just coming here for a drink?
Is there something else to come here for?
All right then. Dog stays outside though.
She's really my I'm mostly blind. She's a service animal.
Charisma and persuasion.
Uh-huh.
Target number is going to be 6.
Yeah, I'm great at these. Don't worry, guys. You guys good if I use momentum?
Yeah,
That would make it a 3. Basically impossible to fail at that point.
I rolled 2 ones. Don't
Don't
underestimate how bad I suck at RNG, Matt.
Yeah, it is really
5.
not your friend. 5, okay. He cocks his head. All right then. But if she bites somebody, we put her down.
If she's biting somebody, I'm biting somebody too. And I'll just walk in.
I nod at the bouncers before I walk in.
The 3 of you make your way into this tavern. Go ahead and make wisdom and study tests as you check your surroundings.
I put a point into study so I can be more helpful to you guys.
One as
Well, it was really just going to be Philium and then, Silas joined. 6.
Same.
Oh, the highest target number for this is 12.
I did.
You hit it.
16.
I guess I could have technically hit a 12.
16.
I think one of us has some study.
Study is my thing.
That's
his
Chris's specialty. My specialty is having a wolf in melee combat.
I get distracted by a barmaid as she walks by.
The rest of you, yes, are greeted by buxom barmaids and just generally a kind of wild, chaotic atmosphere. It's drenched in color, red hats and vests, women in pretty kind of like brightly colored dresses. In fact, all 3 of you would notice that it seems like I'd say 80% of the clientele in this building are red hats.
Can we tell that because they wear red hats?
Most of them do, but all of them have red garb on somehow. You can tell actually that there's probably some kind of caste system in the gang, and the ones who are not fully initiated don't have hats. But most of the people that are getting to enjoy their time in here and aren't like working or sulking are people that have hats on.
And
it feels like a lot of this business's purpose is probably to keep the boys happy.
gotcha. Sure. And they didn't search us or anything when we came inside.
Nope.
So
They let you walk in with your weapons.
So presumably everybody else in the bar probably has weapons as well.
You are surrounded by dozens of people who would probably draw on you and kill you quickly if you piss people off in here.
Probably best not to upset anyone. No fights in here.
I agree. We should assume that everyone here is armed.
Philium, you notice that in the back corner there's a round table nestled into the corner with some windows with their curtains drawn back, viewing the alley behind and the alley to the side of the building, as well as where their corners meet at a kind of like a crossroads of cobblestone. And there's a woman who's sitting at that booth. She's talking to a couple men. She's glaring at them with one eye, the other eye covered by a black eye patch. She's got a red hat tilted to the side on this chaotically kind of red and wild mane of hair that's stretching down to her shoulders. And after she looks like she's giving them what appears to be like a stern word, she sends them both away, and this very large red-garbed man who's standing at the front of her table, he kind of watches the two as they're scooting out and moving away, and they both of them are kind of like, and they kind of like rush out the back door of the bar.
Gentlemen, shall we pursue?
They ran when they saw us?
No, they ran when this woman's bodyguard
bouncer
like made him flinch, basically. They were not paying attention to the three of you at all. They were being sternly talked to by her.
She seems important.
She might be this Jasmine person we're supposed to be looking for?
Jenny, but yes.
Jenny? You know I'm horrible with people's names.
I know.
You all look
I know
the
what you're
same.
talking about. Thank you.
I'm scanning the bar for any other potential threats.
All of you have noticed that there's at least some people who have noted all of you come in and are definitely watching you guys. So, like, yes, like they're partying and having fun in here, but it doesn't mean none of them are paying attention.
Right. We appear to have drawn some attention.
Well, we are in a gang bar, and we aren't a member of the gang. That's
We did bring a wolf in.
Yes, well, she goes with me everywhere, so that's not that unusual for me, I guess. Anyway.
I think the most important thing to do is speak with this Jenny person.
Should we ask somebody who Jenny is, or should we just go talk to that powerful-looking lady over there and ask her if she's Jenny?
Sure. Whiskey, 2 fingers. I don't know why I turned Australian, but I'm working with it.
You're doing great. You signal up as you're going past the bar. The drinks are sat down, and he calls for a few demarks from you before you pick them up.
I'll pass him over.
Is somebody going to take the other shot with him?
Nope.
Silas, nobody else takes the other shot? Okay. What are all of you doing? Right now you're at the bar because Silas has kind of drawn you in that direction to take a couple whiskey shots.
Before the bartender walks away,
fast. You want 2 more?
I'll point towards the booth in the corner. Might that be Jenny?
Yes, that's Jenny.
Okay, thank you. And I'll look over at the two of them.
While Silas is having that conversation with the bartender, I'm going to whisper to Philium. Well, I hope he's as good drunk as you are high.
Well, we have
My
no reason
hand
to
is,
believe
very
otherwise.
Otherwise, I really don't think I want him behind me with a gun if he gets too drunk.
Put him in front of you.
I am sitting right here.
In front, that's a good idea. I'll stand behind him.
I can hear you talking about me. This is just sitting right next to me talking about me being drunk.
No, by all means, drink as much as you like. I can't.
We'll
say
be
anything.
behind you the whole way.
So another one then.
I'm fine, thank you.
All right
I
then.
don't spend any more money.
Lightweight.
I'm gonna start walking over towards Jenny.
Okay. Does everyone go over?
No, I'm going to stay at the bar, but keep an eye on them from
Okay.
the bar.
The
I'm
two
going to
of
follow.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
The two of you approach. The bartender puts out his hand. Scram. She's behind him. She's technically facing you guys, but she's looking down. You can see that she's got something almost like a scroll or a pamphlet that she's rolled out, and she's just kind of got her head cocked. She's reading it.
As we were walking over, could I have told Luna something?
Yeah.
Make sure you get a good smell and remember their scent, in case we need it for the future.
I'll do my best. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it was. Sorry, going back to retelling. I feel like, God, I wish I had had time to watch the whole session before we played tonight. I feel like
Did
there
it
was
get uploaded?
there's a private link. It hasn't actually been uploaded yet,
okay.
but I can send the private link if anyone wants it. You guys can always ask for the private links because usually we have things we try to have like a couple of things stocked before we put the next thing up. But I feel like there was something that Luna couldn't smell last session. Am I crazy?
No, that sounds familiar.
And it was important. It was like a semi-important thing. I'll have to rewatch the session. All right.
I would say that does not sound very familiar to me.
I could be crazy.
I know I used her to
run too many things. All right.
Yeah, the only time I really remember using her smelling last session was with Frank's handkerchief, and when Philium and the guy we were following went ahead to the Mythos Museum while I was talking to Silas, and then we followed their scent to the Mythos Museum. I don't remember trying to use her smelling for anything else.
I don't remember anything either.
Either way, resetting. As the two of you approach, the large bodyguard kind of holds out his hand. Scram.
I'm just gonna look past him. Not even going to entertain us.
She snaps closed the scroll and she sits it to the side. Interesting. The real question is, are you going to entertain me?
Well, I have it on good authority that we are. Just look at Bernard. Funny?
Are we?
Mickey said so.
Mickey did say so. That is true.
Garth, they can sit. Not the dog, though. I'm allergic.
I'll tell Luna. So you want her to stand, then?
I want her to go somewhere else.
Luna, go hang out with Silas at the bar, I guess.
Fine with me. She's a bitch. And Luna
I
just turns
don't
around.
disagree.
Silas, as you're watching from your side eye, you see Luna just turn around and start trotting back over to you.
All right. I've got my hand on my pistol, watching the encounter go down as she walks over. I nod at Luna.
You've got 5 minutes. Make it good, or I'm going to shoot one of you.
How did Jenny or the bodyguard react when I started speaking wolf?
The bodyguard was weirded out. Ginny's face didn't change.
Okay.
She basically just didn't acknowledge that it happened.
So, we are here to discuss Frank Moore.
Frank Moore. 2 pretty common names.
Well, he works at the Mythos Museum, and he's very particular about keeping his hair in proper
They probably
order.
don't know about the hair.
They might, if they met him, they might know about the hair.
Well, I mean, they would have seen the hair for sure.
That's true. And it would have looked nice because he just got it done.
I'm getting bored.
Right. Frank Moore. You all had an arrangement with him, and you did not pay Mickey back.
And?
You just gonna let Frank rot for this?
I think Frank is rotting in a jail cell currently, so... Didn't he
Well,
steal
that's true.
something from the museum?
Well, by his own admission, he stole it with the help of someone in a red hat.
What do you want me to do? Look around the room. There's a lot of red hats. Are you some kind of private dick?
He is a private dick, yes.
Yes, we've actually just opened up an office.
We are
Quite
now
excited about
professional private dicks.
Do you have a card?
I do. I'll just start padding through all my pockets until
I'll
eventually I
pull
find
one out while he's patting and looking and hand it to her.
She's gonna take it. What kind of information do you guys have on your card? Your names, or at least Philium's name.
I would definitely have my name. I would have Bernard's there if he's cool with it.
Yeah. Bernard and Luna can go underneath Philium's name. If I'm going to be on it, Luna's going to be on it.
The address of our office.
Phones aren't a thing, right? Like we wouldn't have a...
Phones are not a thing yet.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Could I have already got another whiskey?
Sure, you want a third shot?
I'm just holding it in my hand.
Sure. I've heard of you. Philium Howell.
I've been heard of Bernard.
Bernard?
Getting out there.
And one Silas Caldwell trying to act natural at my bar?
Oh, you know Silas as well.
Yes, I had a couple friends taking his show. Pretty good shot.
Oh.
Seems you hired him out from under me.
Oh, we did not realize you were competing for his employeeship.
So here's my question, and I'm very keen to hear your answer. I'm hoping it's going to be a good one. Now that you two have walked in here, and you are known for working cases that can't normally be solved by our fine and brilliant-minded shard constables, and I know you're investigating me, why shouldn't I kill both of you right now and then send some of my goons to your little office to burn it down? And you know what? I think I might have them lock your secretary inside first.
They even know we have a secretary.
That's just rude. What did Miss Honeyworth ever do to you?
She pulls out a pistol and she sits it on the table. She's clearly annoyed with the banter. I'm waiting.
To be fair, we aren't necessarily investigating you. Your name just came up in the course of our investigation.
Yes.
And your investigation is of what?
A missing idol. It's gold,
From the-
about yay big. Just hold my hands up.
Mm-hmm.
From the
Yes.
Museum of Mythos.
It went missing. Frank pointed the finger at someone in a red hat. And you being red hats, seemed obvious to at least look.
It sounds to me like we became your primary suspect, and you were stupid enough to walk into our nest.
Is this an admission?
Should you be a suspect?
She's gonna make an attack roll. As you say, is this an admission? She lifts the gun. Bernard, make an agility defend test for me. I'm gonna use momentum on this.
Ha! What a waste of momentum.
Because
I
you're
rolled a
bad.
4. Yep.
Oh.
Alright. She shoots Bernard in the shoulder. It's for 4 piercing damage.
Holy shit. Guns got more powerful.
And she ignores... no, she's good with a gun. And she ignores 3 points of armor.
Hold on. I think I got something I am going to use. I just need to check if it can be cast as a reaction. Yes.
Activated.
It's not technically gonna help me right looking at now that I know the damage, but just out of curiosity, for the plant manipulation power, it has 3 different effects, and it's a focused duration. If I cast it for one thing, could I use it for all of the things, as long as I stick within the action economy of it?
Yes, but if this attack is about to push you to unconscious, you're just going to immediately lose focus. So.
Oh, I'm not going to fall unconscious.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. I'll cast the spell as a reaction. And anybody who's around would just see plants shoot up and try to block the bullet, and obviously not succeed because I have 1 armor and it adds 1 armor.
Then you see it hit his shoulder. He's just gushing from like this area right here. And she's just going to look at you, Philium, and she's going to say, "Get serious, or your friend's going to die."
Serious?
Silas, how do you react at the park?
I have a speed of a 5.
Everyone stop real quick. Philium, what were you going to say in response?
Serious about what? I've been serious this whole time.
I don't think so. I think the two of you have been playing around.
I'll turn to her and I'll go, "You want serious?" And I'll start growing my claws and my fangs.
Okay. And Silas, what are you doing?
When the gunshot went off, I've already started walking over towards them.
As you rise out of your seat, you hear what sounds like at least 5 or 6 guns around you being drawn and like clicking.
Okay, I'll look over towards the closest gun, and can I throw my shot in his face?
So you're okay. So let me explain this. So you turn on the closest guy and you start to draw your gun, and you can already see that mathematically, if you attack this guy, you're going to die.
All right.
Okay. Like there's too many guys in this bar.
All right.
Like I'll let you guys try if you want, but your characters would know it's a suicide mission.
Okay. I'll take my hand.
Sure you know.
I'll take my hand off of the gun and then take the shots. But I'm just putting it in my mouth.
Luna's growling. She got forward about 8 feet and then she stopped, and she's in like a tense pounce position. But she stopped too because like multiple people have drawn their weapons and pointed them at the growling wolf.
All right.
So, I think we're going to have to make some kind of new deal, because I need a reason to want you to live.
Where's she pointing the gun right now?
She's still pointing it at Bernard. It appears to you that she is attempting to leverage you caring about him as a colleague enough to want to keep him alive.
What is it, Bill?
Oh, Matt, I probably needed to roll some kind of focus check since it said it was focus. What do I roll for those?
There aren't rules for that right now, so that doesn't...
So it just stays up?
Yeah, but you can't focus on more than one thing.
Okay, cool. I like that.
And what sort of proposal did you have in mind?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. As an exchange of goods between the person who wanted this artifact and us, we've already completed the transfer of sale.
Perfect. We are not after you then, are we?
True. Yes, I'd like you to find the people I sold it to, and I'd like you to bring it back here to me.
Do you have a name? A location?
I have the address of a house where the exchange was made. A Mr. Casper exchanged quite a bit to us. You're to take it back and bring it back here so that I can sell it again, and none will be the wiser. They won't see a red hat anywhere in the area. Unless I have to send them to kill you, of course.
Of course. That won't be necessary. Mr. Casper, at so-and-so address.
Yes. She'll write down the address. Actually, she'll pull something out that it's already on, and she'll reach over the table like she's going to hand it to you. Do we have an understanding?
That we do.
Good. In the meantime, since I want to make sure you know I'm serious, I'm going to send a few men over to your office. They'll be hanging out.
Well, if they're not violent, Mrs. Honeyworth will give them an excellent tea.
She'll nod. I hope she does.
Good. I'll grab the piece of paper with the address.
You can put those claws away now, boy.
It's
You
quite
get to
all right,
live
Bernard.
today.
When I see them moving, I'll stand up and spit the whiskey shot that I had in my mouth on the boot of the guy that to me, and I'll walk over to help Bernard.
As you do that, he starts to move forward, and you hear all the way from the back, you hear her on the other side of them say, "Leave it," and he stops, like, immediately.
All right, I'll go help Bernard up.
Bernard's, like, in the seat, right next to him still. He's just bleeding from the shoulder. Bernard, how you doing? I know how Josh is doing.
I'm fine. I'm not dead yet. I'll get up and I'll walk out.
Luna, like, follows immediately at your feet as you're walking.
Keep some pressure on that, Bernard. We'll see
I'll
you
be
soon
fine,
with the
William.
I hope so. Or we'll be seeing you soon, Mr. Detective.
That doesn't quite sound right. I'm just gonna walk out of the
Get
bar.
the fuck out of my bar. The three of you are in the alley now. You can hear, like, actively, like, the two bouncers as you're leaving, like, chuckling at the three of you.
Well, I think it's time to head home for the evening and patch my new hole.
I'm gonna rip her throat out.
Best idea.
Oh,
right now,
trust
Bernard.
me, the next time she sees us will be the last thing she sees, Luna.
I think it would be best, obviously, that you get some rest, but not to be at home right now, where they're going to have people holding Miss Honeyworth.
I feel like it's better to be at the home where they're going to have people holding Miss Honeyworth. Make sure they don't do anything to her.
Should we deal with the people holding her, or shall we play along?
We'll play that card closer to when it's time to play the rest of them, I think.
Well, we know where the idol is anyway. At least where it was.
Yes. We know its next destination from here.
So you guys want to try to find somewhere to lay low and rest for the night?
Shall we go to my apartment?
Well, you can go to your apartment.
I have bunk beds. No,
You do have enough room for a couple people to crash there, and it's not close to where their place is. But I think Billy might also have something in mind. So
isn't it in this neighborhood?
it's close by. Yeah, you're basically walking them back to the bar they found you at because it's above it. So it's up to all of you.
I mean, if there was like a little hostel or something nearby our place where we have a quick view.
Oh, you want to try to like spy on your place?
Yeah.
The Looking Glass Hotel is pretty close to your place. There's probably some other hotels close to your place too.
The Looking Glass is the hotel that we...
Yep. Got the handkerchief from.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Philium?
Well, I certainly don't want to leave Miss Honeyworth on her own, but I think it best we
Agreed.
not get in the way of the ones sent to watch her. They might think we're up to something, which we are, obviously.
Yes,
We don't want them to know that, though.
that's fair. Well, which
Something
hotel would you
nearby.
like to stay at then?
The plan is you guys are going to go into a hotel and spy on them. Did you want me to come with you?
If you want to.
Might be a good idea to stay together.
I think so too. Yeah.
They did kind of... Oh yeah, I guess you don't know that. Well, Silas, You could have been their friend if we hadn't gotten to you first.
Is that right? I wonder if they pay better.
They definitely shoot more.
Depends on how good you are at that shot.
I don't like.
You take out.
I don't like the hats, gentlemen. So I'm on your side.
They are pretty hideous.
He fixes his derby.
So all of you guys want to just choose the place that's got the best view of the front of your office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say there's a little hostel in like the opposite corner of the closest intersection of road, and all of you make your way back there. You kind of like wrapped up the wound a little bit. It's already wrecked the clothes you took from that other session, and we'll cut to all of you. You're in the hostel right now. You have a room. The room itself doesn't have a great view, but like taking a walk outside, you could definitely like surveil the situation at the
right.
Yeah, I'd like to get a good look at it.
Go ahead and make a wisdom or wits study, up to you. The target number is going to be... The highest target number is going to be 14.
Quick question, Matt.
Yes.
Well, Chris is thinking about if he wants to use
I think I will.
or not.
That's cool.
I'm cool with
Does
it.
the room
But,
have a balcony?
this is my first time.
The hostel would be really cheap to stay at, but it would probably be like a room that's technically like below cobblestone level, and the windows are like you can see people's feet passing by. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll stand outside and smoke.
Yeah,
so
let's go ahead and he went outside.
So this is my first time playing a spellcaster outside of the other mini campaign, but we never rested in the mini campaign. Does Aether fully recharge on a long rest? Okay.
Yeah, it should say that in your first feature.
It might. I just didn't pull
Wanna
it up
read
here.
Yeah, the second to last paragraph. That's fair. Nobody likes reading nowadays.
I mean, it just seemed quicker since you were here.
Yeah.
I would have spent my last 3 ether healing up my bullet hole.
Okay.
While we were walking back to the hotel, just so I wasn't like actively bleeding everywhere when we got there. Good. And it'll recharge, and that leaves me with 1 wound that will guaranteed heal overnight.
That's true. All right, what did everybody get? Are you not using? Oh, you're using momentum. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna roll because I was just gonna.
You're just resting.
I got 13. But with momentum, I needed 11.
Yep, you did. Hey, this is why you were the first person to run the system besides me. I already know all the rules. There's a light on in the office. You notice that there's a red hat kind of hanging out, just kind of like pacing around occasionally in front of the building. He occasionally stops at the doorway to talk to somebody inside. You also notice that there's a light on the office, and it does in fact look like Miss Honeyworth is serving a couple red hats tea, based upon what you can see through like the big windows behind the desk.
As long as they're not hurting her.
No, she looks unhurt, but it looks like, they definitely could change. It could change at any time.
For sure.
Well, yeah. So the guys are walking outside, so they're walking across the street essentially from me. And I'm smoking.
Yeah, there's one of them pacing around guarding the door. He's occasionally like stepping into the alley and making sure nobody's coming up from the alley.
I'll try to just see like I'm someone standing there smoking a cigarette out front, not staring at him.
Yeah, no, you're good. There's definitely people doing that kind of stuff, so you don't look like particularly conspicuous. Do you guys regroup at the room?
Yeah.
All right. Anything you guys want to discuss before everyone sleeps?
When they got back, I'd ask them, so what did you guys see?
Well, they're getting treated to some of Mrs. Honeyworth's tea. She doesn't look harmed.
That's good.
But we've got 1 patrolling outside, at least a couple inside. Couldn't get an exact number.
Well, when the time comes, I can make it inside to deal with them while you deal with the ones outside.
Quite right.
Nobody ever suspects the rat will turn into a man and rip their throat out.
Well, to be fair, that would be true, except I've seen that happen. So I would expect such a thing now.
You would be the only one, I think, to expect a thing.
I have yet to see that, but I would pay.
I want you guys to keep in mind that it's totally fine to go to war with the Red Hats, but you're heavily outnumbered the way things stand currently.
Do we have a pet signal or something?
Don't worry,
Did
Bernard's...
we get a way to contact them?
You haven't really tried anything in session, and no. But like, don't forget, they're not necessarily your only asset. Like, think about the environment and the people you know. These Red Hats are a gang, so they have powerful potential.
You're jumping onto where I was thinking here. So with my criminal background, do I know the opposing gang to the Red Hats?
Well, you guys were told that the Red Hats are Mickey's biggest challengers in the area.
Oh.
So you know somebody who doesn't like them very much. You learned that during the last session.
Yeah. Don't worry, Matt. Bernard is fully thinking about every way he can destroy, at the very least, that woman. He doesn't really care about the rest, but he's suspecting he's going to have to kill the rest to get to her.
I mean...
Gentlemen, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Shall we talk to Mickey, perhaps?
In this case,
Mickey
is our friend already.
Well, then that's even better.
I'm sure he'd be thrilled at the prospect of us helping him take down a rival gang.
That's my thought.
I'm thinking he might even supply some explosives if we can do it with less manpower.
Well, it's definitely worth going back to see him again.
You know that...
I do think we should go after this idol first things first, though.
Oh,
Just
yes.
have it in our possession.
Agreed.
It'll be an excellent bargaining chip for everyone involved.
That's where shit will start to hit the fan, I'm sure. We just have to make sure it blows in their direction instead of ours.
Yes, we'll be filling the fan, as it were.
Yes. She was not amused by us.
Perhaps Mickey was lying.
Maybe we aren't as funny as he claimed.
They also seemed to be aware that we were coming. To some degree.
Were they?
They definitely seem to be somewhat aware of you because it seemed like she knew your names before.
She
knew of you guys. They weren't. I don't know if they necessarily acted like they knew you were going to be showing up there. Honestly, if anything, she was surprised, but she definitely knew of your reputation.
Well, they had some level of intel.
I mean, we did take down Richard Nolan and all of that fun stuff. I think that did kind of maybe earn us a little bit more of a reputation. We definitely saw an uptick in business after that.
Yes, quite a bit. It's been nice.
It has. Never thought I'd be able to afford all those nice things for Luna in such a dreary place like a city.
Oh, sorry I had to get shot tonight. It's never fun.
It is not. It unfortunately happens far too often in our line of work.
As he's saying that, you guys can see the healing spells that have been kind of working over his body and gradually sealing up this wound. The skin starts to seal and the bullet just goes and falls out on the cobblestone. Or not the cobblestone, but the floor of the room.
I wonder if we can repurpose this and have our friend Silas here give it back to her.
That is more a question for Silas, I think. Silas?
Do I have reloading equipment or anything like that?
Inventories in this system are kind of what you want them to be as long as you're not trying to break the game. So.
All right. Well, if I have one in my apartment, then I'll take the round and I'll drop it into my pocket.
Okay.
Maybe you can teach me how to use one of those, and I can deliver it to her personally before I rip her throat out.
Anytime.
Get your rest. Check on the place in the morning, and then see about this idol.
Agreed.
Silas goes to bed.
Yep.
All right.
Go to sleep.
Go ahead and do your rest rolls.
I only need to get one wound back, so I don't really need to roll anything, right?
Nope, you don't really need to roll anything. Just need to prep whatever powers you want to have after the rest, and you're good to go.
Yeah, these are the 3 powers I have right now. I think are pretty much going to always be them, unless I need a very niche situation comes up that I know I'll need something else for. Right now, I got my beast form because I need that to do my beast form thing, and then I got heal, and then the plant manipulation, which I thought had a few different uses that I could see it for. So they're kind of like my general spells,
I made that power because Stella was like, "Hey, I want a power that does this."
I saw it,
Charlotte, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, when I saw it, I fell in love with it. It was fucking great spell. That was not there, I think, when I made Bernard the first time.
All right. So, early the next morning, all of you have woken up and you are ready to start your day. And where would you like to begin things?
I'll wake up and start putting on my clothes and go, well, I think the first place we probably need to stop is at a tailor. Or somewhere where I can replace these blood-stained, hole-filled clothes. Again.
Let's get you something really quick.
Silas doesn't sleep well, so he's been up drinking some shitty coffee that was in the lobby.
Sure.
Whatnot.
It's going to be a very sad day that we can't start our morning with a pot of Miss Honeyworth's tea.
2 of you are walking out, and you see Silas is standing at the lobby front, and he's actively trying to choke down this terrible coffee. And the girl who's working reception for the hostel in the morning is twirling her hair. So, where'd you say that accent was from?
You just wanted to test me if I could say the place it's from. I've already.
You don't have to say anything to her, but clearly she's into the accent.
I'm spitting coffee grounds out of my mouth. Oh man!
Don't waste that. I made that fresh for you.
Silas Caldwell at your service. He shakes her hand, or takes her hand and then kisses it.
Okay.
And then when he's doing that, he tosses the coffee on the ground.
You can tell that Silas doesn't approve of the coffee.
That was quite delicious.
You see the 2 of them in the corner coming out of the room with all their stuff.
As soon as I see him come out, I'll start walking over towards him.
Come again soon.
Oh, do you need a separate room tonight?
I would not miss this place for the delicious coffee. You should have some.
Oh no, coffee is abysmal.
Look at the puddle of coffee on the ground, and then back to you.
Yeah, it's throw it on the ground, right?
I think I'll pass.
I think it tastes better off the floor.
So there is a lovely little bakery around the corner that we could pick up some breakfast, and they do have a nice cup of tea.
As all of you step through the arch and Bernard's saying that, you see Luna comes around the corner from the alley and she goes, and then she just coughs up the back half of a pretty large rat. And she just walks up and sits.
I was was going to buy you a steak or something when we got our breakfast, but...
I'm still hungry.
Is that more for the thrill of the chase, then?
Well, I just didn't know if we'd be in a rush or not this morning. It's pretty important we do this fast. We don't know how long they're going to be at that address before they move on.
That is very true. I think our plan is to eat, get a change of clothes, and head there. I don't want to draw too much attention, covered in blood.
Very true.
Just watching him
Practically
growl
look
back
like a red hat at this time.
You get used to it.
There's a kid like licking from an ice cream cone who like stopped. Notice this and like stopped, and the ice cream is just like sliding off the top of it. He's like, "What the f is going on over there?" I think we're drawing too much attention for today, anyways.
This way.
At least in this spot.
Oh, don't worry, Silas. They'll catch up.
Yep, you'll follow.
Luna agrees that it is probably very time sensitive. We head to that address. So we get out of these. Well, get me out of these clothes.
Get you a new shirt at least.
Yes. I think I got some on my pants, but it's not quite as noticeable. It can be hidden by a shirt.
You walk into a tailor, and with a few demarks, you come back out with a fresh set of clothes.
The decotes are the higher value, and
Yes.
DeMarcs? Okay.
Demarks are the lower value.
No,
It's not a nice set of clothes.
no. I don't need a nice set of clothes.
Fetching shirt, Bernard.
It's serviceable. I've never been one for these high fashions you all seem to enjoy here. But I'm told that I would draw even more attention if I were to not wear them.
Quite a bit, actually.
I concur.
Well, let's get to this address, though. See what we
Alright.
find.
There's an emergency vehicle going nuts.
I can hear it.
Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff out here. They just ICE raided the Italian restaurant. Like,
Yeah, they've
Oh,
been-
I saw
They've
tons
been
of
all
videos of
over.
that.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
been
that's
all
funny,
over
but-
San Diego. It's real bad news.
It was. I mean, the most notable was seeing the neighborhood just come out in full force. They hit them with
but
flash
those are-
bombs.
Yeah, but like, so here's the thing. Okay, it's great. Well, let's not get into it on something that's going to be part of a
Yeah,
YouTube video.
yeah,
that
true.
Yeah, yeah.
he's
We'll
gonna
talk
have
about
to
it later.
edit. We can discuss this later. I got some
I'm sure you do.
It's a more complex situation, unfortunately, with those people. But they did the right thing in that moment. This is kind of the outside of the structure of the building. If some of you at least would like to attempt to surveil it, you may be able to learn more detail of the inside.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Wisdom, study. But before you can do it, if you guys want to attempt to surveil, I need all of you to make a group agility coordination test against a target number of 20.
Good.
Okay? Don't forget, this is a group test, so if you use momentum...
He lowers it by 6.
Yep.
If I were... Is this like an area where I could do like a lap and get like a lay of the perimeter or see
Yes.
the whole building without like obviously drawing attention by like going into an alley to do something?
You gotta roll this group test to try to not draw attention if you guys want to surveil it.
Would this be considered
Can't
criminal
there's no free
activity?
no, I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'm pretty good with agility.
What
So
if we're
let's take it.
surveilling it with intent to be an E?
There's a feature for that if he didn't take it.
I'm
The
usually pretty good at this.
target number is 20. All three of you can roll. Luna does not get to help. Okay? Are we doing this or not?
Sure. I got a 4, guys.
All right, you're
So
not
I'm
using
gonna
the
need
momentum?
I think we should use momentum. After
No,
that
I
roll.
think we should use momentum.
Yeah.
I suck at this roll.
Next time, don't roll until it's been called, but I'll take
Sure.
it because now I've got 3.
Thank
So
you.
go ahead. You guys needed to beat a 14 now, and 4 has been added so far.
Well, add another 3 to that.
7.
I got 5.
Come on, Philly.
Okay. right, go ahead and make your wisdom study tests to surveil the house.
We did so good, guys. We don't stick out at all. Oh, there's good fucking rolls.
I dropped my gun.
I rolled a 13 for the study.
All right.
I got a 7 for the study.
Oh, I got a 12.
All of you notice some positions.
I'm better at seeing stuff than Philium for once in my life.
Peering through the windows, all of you notice some positions of some people in this house. It looks like there's a few people here. At least 5. There's lights on in all the rooms. So each of these are like windows. Okay. As far as you can tell, there's only one formal entrance to this home. It's this staircase that comes off the cobblestone.
So we're outside over...
Yeah, you're like walking around, and then you were able to walk down this way so you could see that guy over there.
Okay. Got at least 5 guys.
I love me some Five Guys, but too expensive nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody really can't afford it.
No, I went there. I tried to go there a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, shit. Still delicious, but yeah, that's going to be a much rarer thing now. Anyway, so how would you like to approach this?
Sponsor us, Five Guys. We got 2 viewers.
I'm ready. I want some.
Do it for free food, like once a month.
Yeah, you don't gotta pay us. You can make the commercial.
We'll do ASMR.
Send us a gift card, baby. I just want some of the bergs. I just want some of the bergs in my belly.
And a milkshake.
Perhaps we ambush the gentleman in the back room by himself.
It's not a bad idea, though we should be quiet about it.
Is that a door right there, Matt?
No, it's a window.
It's a window?
There's only one doorway entrance. It's off the staircase over here.
I could attempt to go inside and then open the door.
Oh yeah, you can shapeshift, right?
I can.
I think that's...
Oh, can you get... If you can get inside and get
the fireplace, perhaps?
A lay of everything within. Perhaps you will find the idol while you're looking.
Very true.
It'd be less inclined to attack you if you were an animal. Probably just try and chase you out.
Agreed. They might even open the door for me. I'll head in. When I was walking around, did I see any like holes or cracks or anything that looked like small animals could be going in and out of them?
Pretty confident you could get inside as like a rat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, I will. I'll tell Philium and Silas before I go. Like, Philium, if you want to get nearer to that guy in the back in case I need some backup, and Silas, if you want to hang out front, if anybody starts bolting, you can shoot them.
Certainly.
Try not to kill anyone, no?
I'll do my best.
Only if they try to kill me. I don't know which one Philium was talking to, but I'll head off.
Both.
I'll tell Luna, defend Philium for me. Just giving her the defend command, essentially, if anything were to happen.
You got it.
And then, I'll go around to some place where I feel like I'm not going to be easily visible from, like, the street or anything.
Uh-huh.
And then turn into a rat and start scurrying back towards that building.
Okay. And as the two of you just briefly see this rat scurry through the mud and the dead leaves under the trees, and then disappear as he finds a crack in one of the walls. I think we'll take a quick break. Let's say that you entered where's yours? let's say you're in this room first when you pop through. This room feels a lot like a storage closet to you. There's a pretty heavy locked chest over here.
Okay. Another
thing you notice, real quick, is that they actually have a dog. It's pretty large. It's like a hound. It's probably a little bit bigger and heavier than Luna is even. And it's just kind of sleeping in this corner. But it actually appears to they've fashioned like dog armor for it. So this is definitely like some kind of like attack dog or something.
Yeah, it's definitely like a warhound.
As you come through as the rat, you see it kind of shift in its sleep and
that hole I came in, was that like directly to the outside, or is there like space between like the inner?
You could try to go back in the wall and travel to a different area.
Yeah, I want to try and do that.
Okay. You go back into the wall and then you start running behind the wall. You kind of know your direction and you end up finding a crack you can squeeze through here. You see this guy's at the window. He has it propped partially open and he's smoking a cigarette. Also, you hear what sounds like somebody talking through this door.
Yeah.
You can actually see the flicker of like the firelight underneath the gap.
Can I get closer and see if I can make out what they're saying?
You probably need to squeeze underneath the door, but that's definitely possible as a rat.
Okay, yeah. I'll kind of look under it, make sure there's not like another guard dog immediately on the other side that'll kill me, but...
No, you don't see one.
Okay.
When you squeeze through, actually, you just see the back of one hooded figure in this chair over here. They're leaned forward, and they're looking... It looks like they're looking into the fire. And you hear a voice from within the hood say, Yes, I understand. We'll remain here. Yes. You see him hold out in one of his large gloved hands the heavy idol in all its golden brilliance. And you see that you can see kind of like a cocking inside of the hood, like they're looking at it, and then a cocking back, like they're looking back into the fire. I have it. I'll keep it safe.
Okay. Is that kind of like the end of the conversation?
Yeah, after that, you see him put it in he kind of pulls it back into his lap, and he like leans back in the chair a little bit, and then lights what's probably like a large cigar, and starts smoking it.
And this was a window back here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You can hear pretty clearly coming through this door what sounds like two people arguing over a game of cards.
Okay. Yeah, can I just run back out through... No, actually, I want to make my way towards the front door.
Okay. When you move through this door, you stop on the other side, you see kind of a few broken bottles of glass right here. Somebody spilled some stuff in here or something like that. I'm going to say because you're a rat, you don't need to roll. You kind of creep through it.
I was going to say either that or could I go back into the wall and try and like take the long way around?
Sure. Either way, you end up here at the door.
Okay. I will real quickly change. Or do you think I can unlock the door still as a rat?
It'd be difficult. You could try.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to unlock the door as a rat.
You scramble up to the lock, and I need you to make a brawn athletics test. Which I think on a rat... Is there a rat stat block? I don't think there is.
You have given me one. Do I not keep my body stats? I take on
no, I think you take on the beast's body stats. So I'm going to say it's a D4 and a D8. And this is going to be against a target number of 10.
Ooh. Do we have any momentum left, guys?
You got one.
Do we want to give Matt all of the momentum, guys?
I don't care.
Hey, whatever I use is just coming back to you, right?
That's true. Yeah, screw it. I'll use momentum. I'll lower that shit to a 7.
Okay.
And it's good I did that. I rolled an 8.
Nice.
You
Love it when it makes the difference.
unlatch the door.
I'm standing outside the door, just creaks open.
And then you'll see a rat kind of stand up on its hind paws and just wave at you and like wave you over.
Good lord.
Is everyone going through the front door?
Is that you, Bernard?
It'll put its paw up to its lips.
I've seen everything.
Is Philium, were you still within like sight of the door?
I feel like I would have been like hanging out in this area. Is that like a well?
You're throwing coins in there, making
like
wishes.
just like hiding behind the rim of the well is probably where I was.
So you see the door. You would see the door open and him starting to creep inside. What do you want to do?
I'll run outside as Silas is creeping inside and look around for Philium and Luna. Do I see them crouching?
Yeah, you
back
see
there?
them kind of crouching back there.
Okay, you'd see like a mouse or a rat jump up onto the rail and then look at you and like wave and then do the come over here motion.
Well, Luna, I think Bernard got us a way in.
She snorts.
I'll start walking that way.
I'll grab a stick real quick. This is like dirt outside.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll grab a stick real quick and then like just write out like the locations of the guys, like 2 in right with 1 dog, 2 in left, 1 at end has idol, 1 in far back right.
Well, this is adorable, Bernard. Let's get in there.
Everyone going through the front door?
Did you just go rat-tattooey on our campaign?
Go ahead. Go ahead and make a group agility coordination test. This is going to be a target number of 20. Luna is going to help with this one, I think.
What do I have as a rat for these, Matt? I imagine they would be decent.
Pretty
at these
good,
kinds
yeah.
of
You probably got like a D. You probably got like a D10 and a D8.
Sweet.
I got an 8 for us.
Okay.
And
I got us a 15.
What are we rolling for this? And I'm assuming this is during the committing a crime. I get it easy for it.
Yeah, you're technically breaking into a place, so that would drop it to a 14.
B&E.
Okay, so and we're rolling agility and coordination.
It was a 14 group check, you said, Matt?
Yeah, now it is. So you guys have definitely passed it already.
I was going to say I rolled 15 alone.
You might crit, though.
All right, yeah.
Oh, shit. We might crit.
True, you might crit.
Good call, Chris.
That is a 19.
We like double or triple.
And I can
crit.
roll twice, right?
As all of you creep in here and quietly close the door behind you, it sounds like to you, the 2 guys in this room have fallen asleep because you can hear both of them snoring. And currently you are all crouched in the hall. How would you like to proceed?
I'll look at Bernard, little mouse Bernard. Where was the idol? Lead us there.
I'll point to the back, but then I'll run up real quick to like the broken glass and to the edge of the broken glass and be like making sure I'm pointing it out that it's there so that they don't step on it. And then I'll run through and underneath this door again.
The rest of you are just gonna creep through the pile. I'm gonna say that you don't have to roll because it was pointed out to you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, just carefully step over it.
Somebody's gonna have to open this door.
Up to the door.
Whoever opens that door, go ahead and make another agility coordination test for me. It's going to be a target.
I probably would have ran a decent way into the room.
You can position yourself wherever you want in the room.
Okay. I'm going to go back by this corner just in case he makes a run for the window. I can turn back into a guy and jump him.
Feeling, if you open the door, then I have my pistols in my hands.
Philium, are you rolling? It's going to be a target number of 10.
I could technically hit that.
Do you want me to go for it? I'll put one gun away then.
I'm going to say, you're a criminal here.
All right, then I'll do it.
I
can do it.
I think you'll be better at it.
Okay.
That'll be a 7 for you, because you're still breaking the law.
All right, so that's agility coordination again too.
Yeah.
Would you auto-pass 7s?
You might auto-pass
I
7s.
have a 4 + 1 and then a 2 coordination.
Yeah, I think that isn't... No,
I think 2 is a 6, right?
Yeah.
All right, that is a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12, okay. All right. The three of you all creep in. You see Rat him over there, and this guy's back is turned to you as he's facing the fire. Occasionally, puffs of cigar smoke are leaving from under the hood.
I'll pull one of my pistols out, but be holding it by the barrel, and I'll be like,
I'll point at you, Silas. Just make a gun with my hand and be like,
"Gotcha." All right, I'll try to creep up behind him and see if I can't rest the barrel against his head.
Okay. You're like putting it up against his temple.
Yeah.
When you do that, you hear a soft clink.
A clink?
Yes, like metal hitting metal.
Do not make a word, sir. No fast movements. These guys got out of.
Can I move up while he's doing that?
Yeah, you can.
I'd have my blade pulled.
Could I run around to the front of him after I heard the clink?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like he's actually there, or is this like a decoy?
When you run around and you look up, you see the silhouette of the face through the hood. It's nearly featureless. The nose barely raised above the metal of its face. And you see soft, churning gears in each of the cheeks.
Damn it, we found Carten's dad.
I won't move. I don't need to. Who are you fools?
We're here to discuss our Lord and Savior. You make any fast movements and you'll be speaking to him first.
Where I go when I am decommissioned is not heaven or hell.
I'll look over at Filion. Metal Man, we would like the idol.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I can't give you the idol. It is a
still
requirement of my... Yeah, he's actually wrapped at his arm around it. It is a requirement of my duties at this time to protect this object and kill those who would seek it.
Can I?
I'm eyeing
this guy over.
Sure. Go ahead and make a wits
See
or
how
wisdom
it
and
works or
study.
something?
Yeah, sure.
Oh no, that's a 5.
Disappeared.
Yeah, this is definitely not a human being. This is some kind of construct made of clockwork.
Vaguely familiar to me.
There's a spark from the flames
Well, we need that idol. I'm just gonna reach for it.
Okay. The other hand raises up in the air. It looks like it's like gonna block his hand. Do you pull the trigger?
Yeah, I'll cap
You
it.
pull the trigger. The rest of you hear the shot ring out through the house as the bullet goes through the back of the head and out one of the eyes, blowing this like hole open in the socket of the face. And the figure, as you're reaching in and the figure raises its arm kind of blocks your arm and the shot rumbles through its face. All right, my turn. And what is your party's initiative?
I
have a 4.
I have a 2, and I don't know what Luna adds.
Okay.
If anything.
5, 4, 2.
Actually, hold on. I have wolf stats.
That's pretty good. That's 11. So I have.
Does Luna add anything, Matt? It doesn't have
no.
initiative on the stat sheet.
No,
okay.
Luna doesn't help with the party's initiative. And I did beat all of you by 1. So we're going to go back and forth. The 3 in here, the 2 guys and the dog, were sleeping, so they do not get to act in the first round, but they have been woken up by the gunfire. And I'm going to start with him. I understand. I will not fail you. He rises out of the seat, and you see as he pushes the idol forward, there's a compartment in his stomach that opens up and closes. Like he just like in one movement, he like stores it inside of himself. And then just in that last moment as he's rising to his feet, he looks at the flame and he says, Car 13. Yes. And the flame goes out. And then he's going to turn.
Damn it.
And he's going to make an unarmed attack on Ant.
There's even more of these card motherfuckers than we thought there were.
You can do an agility or a broad plus defend, Ant.
Alright.
Now we have no idea how many of these things there are.
Well, I mean, that's
People got to watch
problem.
the side series just to understand the main series now.
Right? It's like watching trying to follow the MCU at this point.
Yeah. It's going to get so much worse the more time you guys give me to.
That is 12 defend.
12? All right. He strikes you. It deals 4 points of bludgeoning. And you are pushed back 1 range band, which on this map is...
Okay, I have my dual wielding, which is
10 inches.
plus 2 armor on melee attacks. That's a melee attack, right?
Yep. So you only
kind of blocks it with his pistols.
You get pushed all the way back up against the wall, but the wall does catch you, so you are not prone. And then it is one of your turns. I used momentum when I did that, so you guys get 1 back.
Way to get us momentum back, Silas.
Hey, if it requires me to get punched to do it, I'll do it.
You can take a quick moment, or I'd rather you strategize in character, to be honest, but don't forget there's a bunch of other people in this house.
All right, I'm going to assume that I can't go because I just got knocked back.
No, you can take the first turn if nobody else jumps in to take it.
All right.
Yeah, if you want it, go for it.
Well, either way, I'll look at Mouse Bernard. The others will definitely have heard that shot. If you want to prep up for them arriving in here.
Rat Bernard will just shake his head, yes.
Perhaps Luna. Watch those doors.
Can you ping which ones you want to roll in?
Luna would probably not follow that because I told her to defend Philium.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like pointing to the corner doors.
She would keep an eye on it, but she would be sticking near Philium to guard him if this thing were to turn on him.
All right. Well, if I want to go first round, I'll take the 2 shots after I crash into the wall. Pow, pow, shoot 2 more shots at him.
All right.
That is a 17 to hit.
All right. He's going to use his agility and defend, which is 2d10. He misses, or he fails. I apologize. So you strike him once. You hear the body make connect with, or the shot make a connection with his body through the cloak. And what's the damage on that?
So the gun is 2, but then I have the weaponsmith. I give it a 3.
Yeah, gunslinger, that makes it 3. Okay, yeah. He takes a wound from that.
Second shot is a 10, 16 to hit.
That hits as well.
Okay.
Takes another wound from that.
And then I have so if I take the shot, don't I get an additional if I successfully shoot something and continue to shoot?
You can't chain shot unless you kill something.
Gotcha.
You down something.
Just checking.
Okay.
2 shots on him.
Okay. Do you want to move anywhere?
Cover
a door?
I am.
A different angle.
Mm-hmm. I am going to. I'm right here. I will move here. So if anybody comes through the doorways, I have potentially a reaction or something.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. If anybody came through,
a line of sight.
If anybody passed you, then yeah, you'd definitely be able to smack somebody. This next turn, this guy comes through here. He turns. He's got a baton, and he's like, and then his eyes latch on to the wolf, and then to you, and he's actually gonna rush up on you. But that requires both of his moves, so that's gonna end his turn.
Okay. Did it sound like he had to unlock the door?
Yes. But it's unlocked now.
Okay.
It sounded like he had to move a latch or something like that.
Okay. Not like a key thing.
No.
I don't know why it matters, but yeah.
But you might be able to block a door.
Mm-hmm.
You still a rat?
Right? I am still a rat.
Okay.
Can Luna understand me when I'm a rat? Like, yes. I can still talk to her, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only Luna, though.
Yeah, I mean, only Luna understands me when I talk to Luna anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh.
Does Luna act on the same turn as me, or does she?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't think we've played her since the rule change, so it would be me and her together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you want to go, or shall I?
Why don't you go? I'll wait and see what else happens to see if I want to unrat or not.
So it's where I would have I imagine I had a decent view of where he put the idol in the little compartment.
Yeah, it looked like he stored it in like his abdomen area.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pretend like I know how to open it. I'm just gonna try and hit him and weaken him so we can get it open at some point.
His back is turned on you.
Okay. That is an 18.
18. Okay. That hits him.
Nice.
That is 1 damage, but I ignore 3 armor.
Yep. So you strike and you pierce a weak part of the armor. As you do that, you feel like one of the joints it's connected to like shift as you pull back out, and the car 13 goes.
Right. And I'm just gonna hover around in the area.
Second guy double moves to rush through this door. Who's up next? Well, it has to be you and Luna.
Yeah, it has to be me now. You guys would just hear from the corner the rat start growling in wolf. To tell Luna to go get the robot, try and finish bringing him down, and to defend stay defending Philium.
Is going to rush the robot. She doesn't successfully attack him, unfortunately. He kind of like shrugs off the blow, but she will scoot around here and put herself kind of like in this position to try to help Philium a little more.
And then I'll run over here next to Silas and I will unwrap and rip this guy's throat out.
Okay. And how are you doing with your claws?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Go ahead and make your unarmed attack. It's going to be against 2.
Is he surprised at all?
Yeah, he's definitely surprised. In fact, you get to re-roll and take the higher.
Sweet.
He got a 6.
Well, I got a 10 on the first one and a 3 on the second one, so we'll just
Alright.
forget about the
How much
second
damage do your claws do?
one.
2?
I believe it's 2. Let me double check that.
Guess what? 2 is enough. So how would you like to rip this guy's throat out?
Yeah, I'll just you would just see Bernard pop up right next to the guy and then just kind of reach out and just grip through his throat with his claws and then just drop him.
He sinks to the ground.
Well, now you've seen it.
Thank you for that.
What the fuck?
And then can I finish my move by
Going over there?
going
Sure.
up to this guy? Yeah.
This guy's gonna double move through this door, and that is the last turn of the round. Start of the next round. He is going to shift. I think he's gonna attack Luna.
What? Luna didn't even hurt him.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's gonna turn and he's going to attempt to grapple Philium. Philium, could you make a brawn or agility and defend test for me?
Would Luna's defend feature have any effect on a grapple?
What does it say?
Okay, so your companion can act as the fiercest of protectors when it's necessary. For free, you can command your animal companion to move adjacent to a creature in both your lines of sight and protect them from danger. Once adjacent to that creature, your companion can spend their reaction to attack a creature.
Do you want her to
that
attack
makes
him?
a melee attack against. Yeah.
Okay,
And additionally, as long as your companion remains adjacent to that ally, they gain a +2 bonus to their dodge roll.
Okay. Luna. Oh, I need to change that. Can you highlight that? Or do you have the old version copied?
I pretty sure I copied this over when I rebuilt him.
The dodge part needs to be changed to defend.
Oh, then yeah, that probably still has the wrong
She
word.
does successfully attack him, but she is not able to attack through his armor, unfortunately.
Okay.
And he's still going to attempt to grapple you. But you do have a plus. Yeah, agility defended. You do have a +2 on it from her.
Another +2 to defend.
He got a 12.
I beat it. I got 14 on the die.
Oh, he fails to grapple you. I think he's gonna make an unarmed attack after that, and this time he is going to strike Luna because now she's annoying him.
What a dickhead.
Roll a d6 and a d8 for me. I got a 16.
Luna got a 3.
Oof. Yeah, Luna is struck. That's 4 points of damage to her.
4?
Yeah.
Does it go through all armor?
I mean, it doesn't go through all.
Oh, she
armor.
doesn't have. Never mind. I thought she had
I don't
one
think she
armor,
has
but she doesn't.
armor,
No.
Yeah.
Luna
She will have some
is.
dog armor.
Luna
looking
is
hurt.
down,
Yeah, she's down.
even with the health.
I thought that might happen. So you guys hear her yelp, and she basically just gets scattered back into this corner. And she is down, like, on her side. Like, he punched her really fucking hard. And then he's going to get out of the chair, and he's going to shift around to here. Who would like to go?
I would.
Go for it.
He's going to roll her save real quick. Or no, it's not really a save, but just to make sure. And it's basically impossible for her to lose. All right, so she's stabilized, but she's down.
Okay. I am going to just run over to Luna.
He's going to make his opportunity.
Yep.
Go
Don't
ahead
care.
and roll a brawn or agility and defend. Against a 7. swings at you.
I beat it. I got a 9 on the D12.
Yeah, he swings at air. What would you like to do?
I would like to spend 2 ether points to upcast heal for another healing.
Okay.
I think that's... Let me see. I don't think there's any other effect I could add that would be better.
Her panting and whining immediately turns to a growl as she starts pulling herself back to her feet.
Yeah, nothing I can do better than just adding an extra hit point on.
Okay. Anything else with your turn?
No, because I imagine she can't move, so I'll tell her to just guard me and I'll guard her.
She'll growl a yes in response. Alright, this guy is gonna double move to there. Who would like to get?
So the car unit has Philium.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to move. I'll take an aimed shot.
Well, Philium isn't grappled. He dodged it.
He dodged it? Okay.
But he's up on him.
All right. Well, then I will still take my aimed shot. Am I able to use that and to try and shoot through the existing hole into its head?
Yeah, you know it would probably come out the other side where the other side of the hole is because it went clean through.
I was assuming that the angle would be slightly different. So
You could if you wanted.
I'm going to take a shot at it again, but I'm going to use the aimed shot for it.
Okay.
So I'll burn 1 shot point.
Sounds good.
All right.
Does that give you an easy?
Gives me another +4.
Oh, let's do it. So the die is too high.
So that is 12, 13, 14, 18 to hit.
18?
Mm-hmm.
That is a crit.
Nice.
So that is
6 points of damage?
6 points of damage. You blow Car 13's head clean off.
And then he'll just, to the guy next to him, offhand pistol, boom, shoot that guy in.
Car 13 is still standing.
Oh, he is? Damn it. I'm still going to take a shot at the guy next to me.
Okay.
With my offhand.
That's okay.
Because I'm going to need to reload, guys, so just FYI. That's going to be 3, 4... that's 12 to hit.
Yeah, so you pull the gun on that guy, or you pull the gun on Car 13 and you fire, and you shatter the head as this guy's coming through the door. Oh, and then you turn the gun on him, and you just, and he goes, and then he just like slumps to the ground dead.
Nice. All right, I'll back. Oh no, I can't move this round. Never mind.
Why can't you move this round?
Because I used the aim shot.
That's correct. All right, this guy is going to double move. He's going to come through here, and he's going to get up on you. Philium, you're up.
This robot's still standing without a head, huh?
Yep. It's looking like it's going to try to reach out and grapple you again, although it's going kind of doing it like almost blindly now.
And like sort of circle around, like sort of just dancing
it's
side to
still
side.
reaching out in front of it, trying to find you.
Try and going for a strike to make it stop
Okay.
moving, hopefully. Do I get any sort of bonus because it can't?
I think that it's difficult for this. For it, it's not a bonus for you.
Gotcha.
I'm going to roll this one just because that makes more sense in my brain.
Yeah, they have a harder time dodging, but they're still moving.
I got a 4.
I got a 15.
Nice.
You sink
That's a
the
crit.
cane. Yep, it sure is. You sink the blade from the cane through, and this time all of you hear the gears start to churn and break as the body collapses into the chair.
Nice. The
Stumbles
value of
forward
car
and-
10 just went up.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
matters. Alright.
Then I'll.
He's becoming
take my
more and
turn,
more unique every day.
Trying to
Okay.
figure out how to get that little.
How do you respond, Silas, when you see him bring down the crazy construct thing that it's unlike anything you've ever seen before?
You're welcome, Phil.
As you say that, just this mass of brown and black fur
You're gonna make me
rushes
kill a dog,
through
dude.
the air, and it's going to attack you. So go ahead and make a agility or brawn and defense.
Oh no, it looks just like Luna.
I don't like.
It's got armor on, don't worry.
My hound got a 16.
Oh shit! Well, too bad. I got a 15, 19.
Wow, I wasted my momentum.
Mhm.
All right, that's the
Nice
doggo's
doggy.
turn.
Nice doggy.
I think that just leaves this guy. Is gonna rush Bernard and swing at him with his little leather jack. So Bernard, can I get a? Yes.
6.
6. He missed you.
Damn, I was sure I was gonna
Yeah, these
take
guys that
damage.
got hired with card 13 are crappy. All right, next round. Because card 13 is down, I would say that you guys have the starting initiative now.
Nice. All right, go ahead, guys. I have to reload anyways. This next, I have one shot, and I'm not gonna reload.
I can take the first turn if you guys want. I'll turn to their... This is a dog, right? Not a wolf.
Don't damage the armor because it could be Luna's.
I'm not gonna try and even damage the dog or the wolf. Which one?
Oh, good. Throw it out the window or something.
All right, wait. Who's taking the first turn? Or are you just asking questions? Okay. What would you like to do, Bernard and Luna?
I'm gonna turn to the wolf, or is it a dog? Whatever one they
It's
have.
like a bloodhound, basically.
All right, yeah, I'll turn to the bloodhound and I'll talk to it and go, you know, it's really not worth dying for humans like this.
Make
I'd
a.
really rather not hurt you if I didn't have to. I can give you a nice home where you don't have to kill people unless they try and hurt Miss Honeyworth.
Make a charisma persuasion. It is easy, and so the target number is going to go down to a 7.
We're recruiting another dog. I like it.
Charisma persuasion, you said?
Yes.
You guys good if I send one of those momentum back?
Go for it.
I'll drop it
I
to a
want another
4.
dog.
Could get us another ally.
6.
Okay. I don't want to wear this stinky armor anymore.
I will gladly let you shed it.
He turns and he leaps at this dude and takes him down by the throat.
Yes. Oh shit. Good dog.
This
And
guy
I'm
was
assuming-
this guy was coming through the door, and he sees what's happening, and he sees the car 13 down, and he basically just lets go of the door and starts to take off. He's leaving the last dude to die.
I'm assuming that was my deed, so I'll
Yes.
have Luna.
Attack this guy.
Yeah.
Luna brings him down, comically simultaneous to the other guy getting brought down. And the room and this abandoned house is currently yours to do what you wish.
I will search the bodies.
I try and figure out how to open up the stomach compartment. to get
Go ahead and
the
make
ally.
a wits and study test for me. When you are taking the armor off of the bloodhound while he's trying to get the compartment open, Bernard, you actually see there's some areas where they put some hooks in that were digging into this dog so they could use it to pull and punish him. But if you removed those, it wouldn't be that uncomfortable, and it's definitely armor.
Right, yeah. I was... You already knew what I was going to do while they were doing that. I was going to go up to the Bloodhound and go, so, what's your name, friend?
Gregory.
Gregory. It's a good name. I like it. Suits you well.
I thought it was gonna be Brandon, dude.
Thanks.
Well, I'll start very gently undoing his harness and pulling out the hooks.
Okay.
I'm sorry you found yourself in the company of such deplorable people.
Assholes.
Agreed. Don't worry. You can come with us. Miss Honeyworth is a saint. And you'll have me and Luna there to keep you company.
Sounds nice. This is Ant's new favorite character.
I told him my new favorite character, don't you know? That's exactly what I said on muted.
Basically, just goes and lays down as he notices you guys start to look around.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it probably took me at least a few minutes to carefully.
What did you get on What did you get on the wit study?
Wit study. And I was gonna bust out my magnifying glass to make it easy, but I only rolled a 6.
I mean, that might still help. You might lower it from a 9 to a 6.
Oh no, our music bot died. What is happening? You only rolled a 6?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to force this compartment open. You're gonna probably need a second person, and you're each gonna have to leverage something inside and pry back the doors.
I can come assist.
Yeah, one of you, I just need a little bit of help. This thing seems to be stuck.
The two of you start.
I'm a little busy helping Gregory over here.
By all means. Silas?
I walk over it, reach down and help him.
Yeah, between the two of you, it takes about the amount of time it takes him to finish up with Gregory, but you're able to pry it open, and inside you find the golden idol. It's pretty heavy. When you pick it up to pull it out, it's almost 20 pounds.
Well, this will certainly be a workout. Is anybody wearing a coat?
I have one.
Do you mind holding onto this? Under the coat, preferably, so no one can see it.
Take it, throw it under my coat while I...
Additionally, on the car 13, you find what appears to be a pair of binoculars. These aren't a brand new invention, but they're very rare and they're pretty expensive. At this time period, at the best, most people have a looking glass.
Well, this is quite the find.
And you also find what looks like a little leather case with a lockpick inside.
And this should help with future endeavors. I'll just pop it.
Can I search some of the bodies, see if anybody has ammunition on them?
Yes, you do find... you find 5 reloads of ammunition amongst them.
Put those into the...
You guys can also make wisdom studies to just search the rest of the house for anything else that might be of use. The highest target number is 20.
Okay. I can do this after I get his harness, Gregory's harness undone.
Yeah, it took them about that amount of time just to get the idol.
Okay.
Because Chris rolled terrible.
Got an 8.
Yeah, I did.
Chris, you're taking the lockpick and the binoculars, I take it?
Yeah. Oof.
I also got 8.
8.
I would let them know there was a locked chest in the front room as we all kind of went off to search the house.
Between all of you, you find 3 decks of cards. You find a half-drink bottle of whiskey. Somebody should be taking notes, or multiple people.
The cards.
Philium, you find a few vials of the good stuff on one of them. A couple more days worth.
Well, it looks like I get to save some money.
Also, between all of you, what was the highest roll? An 8?
No, I got an 8.
Okay. Between all of you, you are able to collect 23 Dakotes and 6 Demarks.
How much was it?
23 Dakotas and 6 Demarks.
6 Demarks.
I'll hand a third of that over to Silas and go, your first bonus.
Appreciate it.
And then I'll just hand the rest to Philium because I don't really care about money that much.
He just needs clean clothes.
Can I just say that I thought Matt barked in the background
food.
there for a second when I wasn't paying attention to it? I was like, are you barking?
Yeah, my dog went a little crazy. You're all right,
You
Nuna.
gave him how much?
I gave him a third of it, so that would equate out to... I probably would have given him 7 Demarks, or Dakotas and all of the Demarks, because it would have been like 8 Dakotas, almost. Oh, wait, hold on. How many Demarks in a Dakota again? It's 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I would have given him 7 Dakotas and then the 6 Demarks.
Cool.
Because that's as close to a third as I can give him without giving him too much. I mean, he's still only a temporary employee.
Is there anything else you guys want to do in the
Matt, I
house?
don't look good in red.
Did we get this chest open up front? Was that part of what we found?
That was inside of that. You found the money, the half-drink bottle of whiskey.
Okay. I'll turn to the others and go. Actually, would that have included an inspection of the fireplace?
Yeah, I was going to suggest this.
Go ahead and make a wits study on the fireplace. Anybody that would like to inspect it? The target number is going to be 12.
Okay, I can't tip that, so I will let others inspect it. And also, I can give them easy or something, which I don't.
Do you have any ranks in study?
I'll take
No. Oh, I have 1 rank in study.
You can help somebody to give them easy.
I got an 11.
Yeah.
Oh, and you already have easy. I take it.
With magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Can I stack on his easy to get him?
Yep, you
could. That
could.
wouldn't quite get him to a crit, though.
No, it wouldn't, unfortunately. It's a completely normal fireplace.
Should we dispose of the bodies?
I don't know if there's any need for that.
Least...
Honestly, you've made things a little bit louder than they normally are. I feel we should probably...
We should leave.
Leave, yes, before the constabulary actually makes their way here.
There were definitely some gunshots.
Yes.
We have
I'll start heading out.
To save.
That we do. I'll start heading out, and as we're heading out, I'll turn to Gregory and go, you know, the name Gregory does suit you, but is that what you like to be called?
I don't mind Greg.
Greg? Okay. I just didn't know if they had given you that name, and I could see some trauma associated there.
The whole while, like, Silas is just staring at him now, talking to another.
Luna runs around behind you, Silas, and starts nipping your heels. To fuck with you.
These are ostrich skin.
What's an ostrich? Sounds tasty. It does.
They would both like to eat an ostrich. You might want to not leave your boots out around them.
Oh dear.
So where are you guys heading off to?
I think we're just trying to vacate the area right now.
Get out of here, out of sight.
Get to like a bar or somewhere that. Yeah.
You could head back to the
And
bar
disappear
you
into the
live
crowd.
above if you want.
Yeah, let's disappear into a crowd.
Okay. You guys kind of meander back in that direction, and as all of you disappear into the crowd, we see from the corner of one of the alleys a red hat peering out, looking over, and then reacting in frustration as you lose yourselves in this crowd, and then disappearing back into the alley again. And I think that's where we'll end our session for tonight.
That's fine.
It was super fun finally getting to do some druid shit.
Yeah, totally. That was sick.
I thought it was great.
I love the Ratatouille writing message.
Writing in the ground. I was like, I don't know if I want to unrat yet, but I also feel like I should communicate where everything is.
I mean, I feel like you are
perfect.
just always going to be writing in the ground now. That's like now canon for.
I thought it worked well.
I mean, every time I have to communicate something while I'm rat form,
We'll just
we should just carry a little pen and a little pad of paper that you can hand to me.
Yeah, rat-sized pen and paper.
Uh-huh.